Mummy says I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says I'm a bore. My mummy says I'm a jumped up little germ. That kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir, that's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Ah! Harry! Hang on. Look at this. She's reading a book. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best times, it was the worst of times.
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me these stories, Harry. It's not normal for a girl to be all thinking. I'm going to call you straight back. I am trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. What's about me? I've got a whole house to look after. Dinners don't just microwave themselves, you know. I'm off to beach my roots, and I shall be talking to you for the rest of the evening. I'm going to make us rich. How rich? Very rich. Russian businessmen. Very, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
There, listen to the boy.
I'm a gal.
That does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is thank heavens Michael has inherited an old man's brains, eh, son?
Michael.
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I shan't right, because of the despicable way in which you have spoken to me tonight. This is your fault, you know, with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
But that's not right.
You're off to school in a few days, and I know your headmistress, Agatha Trenchbull. I've told all about you. Scary woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics, throwing the hammer. Imagine what she's going to do to a horrible little woman like you. Boy!
I'm a girl.
Now get to bed, you little bookworm!
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent war was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do it all, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do what not you. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Keep out of reach of children. Oil of violets hair tonic for men. Yep.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means good brain. Your hair, it's green. My hair's green! Why on earth did you do that?
Maybe use some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man. My hair, my lovely hair. I've got my deal today. The Russians, what am I going to do?
I know what you can do.
What?
You can pretend you're an elf.
What are you talking about, you fool? The boy's a loony.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. The sooner you're locked up in that school, the better.
Matilda! What a pleasure it is to see you here in the library again. Yes, I mean, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her, but I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space. Your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you. And do you tell them stories like you tell me? Oh, I love your stories, Matilda. That's a hint, by the way. Once upon a time, the two greatest sax performers in the world, an escapologist and an acrobat, fell in love and got married. They performed some most incredible feats together, and people were going from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not to see their skill, but to also see their love for one another. Which was so deep that was said, carts would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful house. And although they loved each other, they were sad. Have everything, but the one thing. We do not have a child. Their sadness overwhelmed them, and their work became the only place they could escape the tragedy of their lives. And so, they decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is called the Barney Woman Hand to There, with dynamite in her hair, over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, and it's the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It's our destiny. Well, what happened? I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow. Bye, Mrs. Phelps. After your first day of school.
Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words.
Well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically, a sentence is just a big bunch of words together. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book by yourself?
More than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, The Lord of the Rings, Crime and Punishment, and The Cat in the Hat.
Sing, children. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squits to toe the line. Sing, Jenny. If you want to throw the hammer
For your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
I apply just one simple rule to hammer throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the belly line and toe it, and always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out! Stupid, nasty, question-asking Russians. Oh, don't tell me we're not rich.
They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said that these cars were knackered. I told them that the mileage was so high because of a manufacturing mistake. So you lied? Of course I lied. And they didn't believe you? Of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair. I've got hair. And what's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with the telly? No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you should read it. I'm sure you'd... Here's what I think of your lovely. No, it's a library book.
Oh, you showed the little brat. Oh, I'm late for my dance lesson with Rodolfo. Now get to bed, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. And while you're at it, why don't you stick your stupid book to your stupid head?
Just because you find that life's not fair, it does mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit round and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there under those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh yes, Nigel suffers from a rare but chronic sleeping disorder called narcolepsy. The sufferer falls asleep without any warning. We put him under those coats for safety, didn't we? Didn't we?
Yeah, of course.
He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up. Is it time for school yet, Mum? Hello? What am I doing here? This is my bedroom at all. Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Thripp.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mummy says it may look pretty.
Then your mother is a twit.
Matilda Wormwood.
Well, Wormwood, you have just made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend.
Wow!
And so the great day arrived. Everything was arranged by the acrobat sister, a frightening one who used to be an Olympic-class ham thrower and who loved nothing better but to scare the children of the town. Suddenly, out came the escapologist. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, the burning woman howling through the air with dynamite in her hat over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, has been cancelled. No! Cancelled because my wife is pregnant. Hooray! So the story has a happy ending. No. Just then, the acrobat sister stepped forward and produced a contract.
I have paid for the posters, publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities. Where is my profit? A contract is a contract. You will perform on this day or off to prison you both shall go.
No! What happens next? I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow. Bye, Mrs. Phelps. What is it?
Matilda, starting tomorrow, I should be in your selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind, and you may sit and read them while I teach the class. And if you have any questions, well, I should do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Matilda, why, this is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood. Where is Matilda?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
Aha! So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This morning, this foul carbuncle sneaked like a serpent into my kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty.
Okay, look, I stole the chocolate cake. And honestly, I was really, definitely, almost thinking about turning up. Maybe. But I was having lots of trouble with my belly. The Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quick, and I was beginning to fight back. See?
I didn't do anything.
You are a crook and a thief, and I shall crush you.
A huge ball of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth and drifted into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bogtrotter,
Yes, miss.
you liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, miss. And I'm very sorry, but...
Oh, as long as you enjoyed the cake. That's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter, it is.
Well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bogtrotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I am full.
I will tell you when you are full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you have eaten the entire cake.
But Headmistress, he'll be sick.
He should have thought of that before he decided to steal my cake. Eat. He can't. Eat. He might explode. Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, has to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't. He surely can't. You are the man, Bruce.
He might explode.
He's quite elastic. He's fantastic. I can't watch Bruce. We'll never again be subject to abuse. When your best confused, you call a truce, Bruce. We never know you was hiding in the news. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. But I think you want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in. You're almost finished. Whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let her win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory. Sorry, Miss Trunchbull, I got a bit carried away.
Oh, that's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bogtrotter. Good show. Well, come along, Bogtrotter.
Headmistress,
Where?
you can't.
Oh, did I not mention? That was the first part of your punishment. There's more. The second part. And the second part is choky.
What? You can't.
Did you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Did you? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? An idiot? You?
Anything but that. No, not that. Anything not choking. No!
That's not right!
Matilda, thank God you're here. I'm dying for the next part of the story. I haven't slept a wink. Mrs. Phelps, where's the revenge section?
Revenge? Is there a child at school that's behaving like a bully?
Not a child exactly. Do you want to hear the next part of the story?
What are we waiting for?
As they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat ever known to man, the acrobat gave her husband a kiss.
Smile, we have done this 1,000 times.
Fast, I escape from the cage, lean out, catch you with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on your specially designed dress before they reach the dynamite and blow your head off.
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well, and the moment the dress was set in line, the acrobat swung into the air. She hurled over the sharps and spiky objects. Suddenly, the padlocks pinged open and the huge chains fell away. The door flung open and the escapologist reached out to catch his wife and the child.
Oh, I can't look.
Before they could both be blown to pieces!
Hooray! So the story does have a happy ending.
No,
No?
no. The escapologist used just a touch too much foam, and the hands became slippy, and she fell.
Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except for the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She did live long enough to have their child.
Love will doctor with all our hearts. She's all we ever wanted.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
Worse? Oh no, Matilda, they can't get worse.
I'm afraid they did, because the escapologist was so kind that he never blamed the evil sister for what she'd done. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, beating her if she ever did anything wrong. But always in secret, so that the escapologist never suspected a thing.
Let's call the police!
Mrs. Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh, yes, of course. I'd better go.
When I grow up, tall enough to reach the branches that you have to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day.
And I'll play with things that moms pretend that moms don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes
And when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up,
Just because you find that life's not there, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
when I grow up,
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
155 old bangers on my hands. How could I possibly make the march get back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards, could I?
Backwards.
When suddenly I had the most genius idea in the whole world. I grabbed my drill and using my incredible mind, I attached it to the speedometer of the first car, turned it on and whacked it into reverse.
Backwards.
Exactly. A few minutes later, I had reduced the mileage to practically nothing.
Backwards.
10 minutes later, the Russians show up. Expensive suits, dark glasses.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw it on a program last night.
That was a program about badges.
Same thing. And did it work? Oh, fantastico! Now I'll be able to afford Rodolfo all day long.
But they've trusted you and you've cheated them.
What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go down to that school and tell your teacher you're never to be let in again.
What now?
And if she does, I'll have her fired. And you'll never read another stinking book as long as you live, young man.
On the go!
Now get to your room, you nasty little creep!
Backwards. That night, the escapologist's daughter suffered in silence, never saying a single word about the evil aunt's bullying. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day she exploded.
You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep!
And the aunt beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out.
Have I been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I've forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most? I love you so much, and I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
But that night, the escapologist's thoughts turned to the acrobat's sister.
Bullying children is her game, is it? Then let us see what she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her.
But that was the last time the little girl ever saw of her father.
This school of flutes has started ringing. Quiet, maggots, while I'm speaking. Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it don't too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. The smell of rebellion comes out in a sweat, and the fizzette will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of fizzette will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg flows to the top of a bucket of water. A whiff of it charges the stench of intent. The reek of prepubescent and protest. The funk of defiance, the odor of croup. The walk resistance, the pong of the sand, the funk of moral fiber rotting. Let's bring this soldier home. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, a whiff of resistance, the pong of the sand. And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is quashed, till glorious sweaty discipline has washed this sickening stench
The newt. I'm gonna put the newt in the Trunchbull.
Quiet!
Miss Trunchbull, I don't think this is teaching at all. It's just cruelty.
That is because you, Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are weak. You are, in fact, a sniveling little Newt? Newt? You!
No, not me. I did it.
Cockroach! You did this! You vile, repulsive, malicious little sinner!
Ow! No, stop! Stop!
Hey! How dare you? You are not fit to be in this school. You ought to be in prison, in the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with the muzzle of your mouth. I shall...
Have you ever wondered all I have about how when I say red? For example, there's no way of knowing if red means same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. I'm not sure, they wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind are bidden, these stories delivered to me fully written. When everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud. I just wish they stop, my dad and my mum, and the telly and stories were still for just once. And I'm sorry I'm not quite explaining it right. This noise comes and the anger is light, and it's burning inside me with usually pain, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, my heart is pounding, my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. And though the people around me, their mouth is still moving, the words you're forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've sailed into the eye of the storm. Go on, Tibova, go on, Tibova, Tibova, go on, Tibova.
And I tell you, there is nothing I shall not do, no length to which I shall not go, no punishment I shall not... What is it? The newt, it's heading north. I've got a newt in my knickers. I've got a newt in my knickers. I've got a newt in my knickers.
interesting. I think we all better go home while we still can. Matilda.
Watch. I moved it with my eyes. Am I strange?
Would you fancy a nice cup of tea?
So, what do you think it is, this thing with my eyes?
I can't pretend that I know Matilda, but I don't think we should be frightened of it. I think it's something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room for all my brain, so they have to squish out through my eyes?
Well, not exactly, but yes, something like that. I met your mother. She's unusual. How about your father? Is he proud to have such an amazing daughter as you?
Oh yes, he's always saying, in fact, Matilda, I am so proud to have a daughter as... That's not true, Miss Honey. He calls me a liar and a cheat and a nasty little creep.
Oh, I see. Well, here we are, home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes, I am. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
They don't actually, but I'm poor the most because of other reasons. I used to live with my aunt, but one day I came across this old shed and I fell in love with it. I ran to the farmer and I begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed and I've lived here ever since.
But Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. My father died when he was young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind. But once he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian, and she was mean and cruel like you can hardly imagine. And once I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me for all these years. And she made me sign a contract to pay her back every single penny, and even produce a document saying that my father had given her his entire house.
But did he really do that, just give her his house?
I find it hard to believe, just like how he killed himself, which is what she said had happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
Oh, I don't know, Matilda.
Let's call the police.
Matilda, we can't. We don't have enough evidence.
Who is she?
I can't.
Who is she?
Matilda, I can't.
Who is she?
It's Miss
Trunchbull.
Yes.
I got it wrong, miss. You have to put me in Choky too.
What?
Dog. D-Y-P. And me. Table. X-A-B-F-Y. Table. And me.
What are you doing? What's going on? Stop this!
You can't put us all in the Choky. Banana. G-T-A-A-B-L.
B-S-W. Bully.
Bullying. P-X-Q-Q-Q-A-S-T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, X. Revolting!
You have to put me in Choky too. You can't put us all in Choky. Come now, maggots. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? I thought Choky's for each and every one of you. Look, that's writing on the chalkboard.
Agatha.
No.
Give my Jenny back her house. Then leave.
I received a letter. It's that my parents' will has shown up, and I was now the owner of a beautiful old house, which had been owned by my evil aunt, one Agatha Trenchbull.
And a new headmistress took over.
Her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
After that, Matilda was never able again to move things with her eyes. She said she didn't have a need for superpowers, but she was still stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names. A few days later, I received a letter. It was my parents' will hadn't shown up, and I was now the owner of a beautiful old house, which had been owned by my evil aunt, one Agatha Trenchbull.
And her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
After that, Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. She said that she didn't have a need for superpowers anymore, but she was still stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names.
Don't stand there whooping. We're going to Spain forever and we're never coming back.
Spain, but why?
Because this twiprin sold 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia. They're here, hide! What if they damage my legs? My beautiful legs!
That is your father.
He's, I don't know.
Wormwood is a stupid man, and assumed I was stupid too. And that is very, very stupid and a rude thing to do.
Yes, but I'm afraid my father's quite rude and very, very stupid.
You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards. Backwards! I can have one of my friends teach your father manners, and one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude. What do you say?
This is a very tempting offer, but I think I've had enough revenge.
Your father is very, very lucky to have you as his daughter.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
Wait! Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to take after Matilda. I would look after her with kindness and respect, and I'd pay for everything.
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
Dad, you called me your daughter.
Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And you want to look after her?
I do.
Well, we are a bit short of room, so yes.
Thank you.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back, and they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods.
And Rodolfo!
And they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods and Rodolfo sped away into the distance because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.